Hi everyone, I wanted to introduce you to a resource that I think you're going to love, especially when it comes time to create a works cited page for your papers. This will also be great when you're doing your annotated bibliography. And this is a source that is just invaluable in helping you to correctly format the sources that you find so that you can get them into MLA 8, or if you decided to use 7, then that's fine as well. This website is called citationmachine.net. Notice that it's .net. If you put in .com, you go to a just kind of a weird blank page. But this is citationmachine.net. And there will be commercials on the page. This one's going to make you hungry for pizza, apparently. You do have the option to upgrade, to purchase a subscription to the Citation Machine, and that will take the ads off for you. They don't bother me, so I have them on there. But Citation Machine will automatically generate citations in so many different styles. That's what's great. Now, when you choose from this main page, because we're using MLA in our class, you're going to want to choose MLA. So you have APA, MLA, Chicago, or a whole bunch of other options, Turabian, AMA, lots of other sources are available there, but we're going to use MLA. So when you click on the MLA link, which is the first thing you do, notice that it warns you you're currently using MLA 7. So the default search engine, the default engine for Citation Machine is still MLA 7. Remember earlier this semester I warned you that MLA 8 came out this year. So if you've decided that you want to use MLA 8 for everything, and I kind of recommend that you do, I won't mark you down if you use MLA 7 so long as you're consistent in using MLA 7 for everything that you cite. But I kind of recommend that you move forward to MLA 8 just because this is the one that probably future classes that you take are going to require. So it says to cite an MLA 8, click here. So it takes one more click to get you to the MLA 8. And you can see then this comes up, Modern Language Association. Wow, now we've got McDonald's ads. Lots of food ads, maybe because it's almost 6 p.m. when I'm recording this video. So it assumes that viewers are hungry. I don't know. So MLA 8, this box tells us that's what you're using. So let me show you really quickly how this works. Here's a citation. Here's an article that we looked at earlier this semester when I was showing you capital punishment, searching capital punishment, and Utah, and we looked at this, should we put the death penalty on the chopping block article. I'm going to go ahead and just copy this title. And it's so great to copy and paste rather than trying to type it, because if you type it, you may get some of the words wrong. You may put them in the wrong order. You may misspell something. So notice that in this search box, there are these different options here. Book, magazine, newspaper, website, journal, film, or other. So if you're searching for something else, click that. This came from an academic journal. Remember, we looked for scholarly journals. So the first thing I'm going to do is select journal. And then you have a couple of options. There's autofill mode, or there's manual entry mode. And whenever possible, you want to use autofill. So that means paste the name of the article here. There it is. And then click Search Journal Articles. And this is now going through databases, and it's looking for that particular source. So I'm going to scroll down here and see if I can find the article that we're using. Okay, so what's happened in this case is that that specific article did not come up. Hundreds, if you look over here, if we look at this scroll bar, hundreds of other articles related to the death penalty came up, and you can scroll through them on the off chance that the one you're looking for is there. But typically the one you're searching for will come up first if the search engine found it. In this case it didn't. So don't panic. Just go into manual entry mode because the machine's still going to work for you. So with the manual entry mode, coming up here in a second. Okay, so in manual entry mode, what happens is all of these fields just come up. And your goal is to fill out as many of them as you can. So we'll put the article title here. We want to put the author's name here, so you have to come back. Looks like it's Ralph and Della Piana. So make sure you type them correctly. Ralph, and then last name, Della Piana. Journal title is going to be here, Utah Bar Journal. That's probably why it didn't find it. That's a pretty narrow, small journal, so it wasn't able to find it. Volume number, so this was volume 22, issue 5. Come back here. Volume 22, issue 5. Date published. So let's come back and look for a publication date. Looks like it was September/October 2009. Actually, that's not the publication date. Sorry, that is just part of the volume and issue number, so you can ignore that. Pages said 24 to 29. I just remember that. The location is you found it in the UVU library. The database, it's going to tell you right here, or it should. Let's see. This one may not have a database name. You just have to kind of go through all of this information and look for the source information. Nope, this one's not going to give us a database name. That's fine. And an online source will typically have a DOI, but the Utah Bar Journal, because it's so small, probably doesn't. So once you've entered everything you can, do enter the date that you accessed it. So I'm going to put today's date, 5th of January, 2017. Okay, and then just click Create Citation. And here's the magic, right? There it is. There is your citation in MLA8 style. Now, what I love about Citation Machine is that it does not capitalize the first letter of articles or prepositions. It does italicize the name of the journal. If we had the name of the database, it would italicize that for us. The only thing that you're going to have to do is take this citation, and when you copy it and paste it into your works cited page, you're going to have to change the font to Times New Roman 12-point font, assuming that's what you typed your paper in, which you should have. You're going to have to indent the second and subsequent lines of your source. In fact, I'll just show you. I'll go ahead and copy this, and then let me come to this blank document. So if this was your works cited page, we'll just add that for fun so that you can see what that's supposed to look like. And that's going to be centered, and we are going to use Times New Roman, scroll down here, Times New Roman, 12-point font. There we go. So then we come to this first line, and I'm going to paste that citation. And you can use the first one to keep the source formatting. So the only thing you have to do is make sure that you indent the second and subsequent lines of each source, 1/2 inch. Whoop, not the whole thing, just the second one, like that. Okay, and then of course, because your document should be double spaced, you would come into your line spacing options and double space that. So there is a correctly formatted MLA8 citation. And that was easy, that was awesome. If we had found a source that it could locate, and let me do that just using autofill mode, then that does simplify the process. Let me put a source in there that can do that for us. I'm going to just pause this for a second while I find it. Okay, so I grabbed another one of the titles. Now do make sure that journal is clicked. If you try to search for this as a website or a film or a book, it's not going to find it because it's a journal article. So here's another one of the journal articles that came up on our list, The Impact of Information on Death Penalty Support Revisited. So if I paste that in there and I ask it to search journal articles, it does locate this one. It's the first one that comes up, like I said, and you can double check that it's the right one. The authors are Lambert, Camp, Clark. So if we come back to the original source, we can see it's Lambert, Camp, Clark, and so on. So that's the one we want. And so all you do is click select, and it's great. It tells you what it found so far, and it warns you that it may not have all the information. So fill in any empty fields that you see if you can. So it fills out the article name, the names of all the authors, the journal, volume and issue, date of publication, page numbers. You do want to go ahead and enter anything else that you can find. So for instance, it tells us that the database was PsycInfo. So you'd want to put that in there. Database was PSYC. There's no H in that. Info, info. You want to put the date accessed again. So go ahead and put the date that you found it. It's already got the DOI, which is a digital object identifier. It's kind of like the VIN number on your car. This was the UVU library in Orem, Utah. The VIN number, or the DOI, is most electronic sources now have a DOI, a digital object identifier, assigned to them, so that you can locate that source by the DOI. It makes it easier when websites are constantly changing. And then you just click Create Citation. Let's see, and well, this is new. It wants us to watch a video, so okay, that was new. Apparently you'll have to go through a little series of watch a little video or do a little question and answer thing. That's a disadvantage to not having a membership now, so that's new. But once you get through all that, here is that citation. And again, you would just copy it. Make sure, don't select all. Make sure that you copy that last period too, because there should be a period at the end. And then you would come to your works cited page, and then go ahead and just paste it in there. Keep the source formatting. Whoops, it didn't do it that time. I probably clicked the wrong thing because I'm trying to go fast here. But again, Times New Roman, 12-point font. And notice this time, because I already had the indentation for the first source, it automatically added it for the second source. So that is what an MLA 8 citation will look like. And hopefully you will find this citationmachine.net source to be really helpful. I love it. It saves a ton of time in formatting citations and getting them right. Thanks.